Hello everyone, welcome back to Massa Military. Russian media recently reported that the An-22 heavy turboprop transport aircraft will officially retire in 2024. The An-22 is the largest turboprop transport aircraft in the world and has served the Soviet Union and Russia for nearly 60 years. Its retirement will further strain Russia's strategic airlift capacity. Additionally, due to the invasion of Ukraine, Russia has faced comprehensive sanctions from Western countries, with Boeing and Airbus ceasing services and parts supplied to Russia. To cope with the shortage of commercial aircraft, Russia has significantly reduced flights, using some planes as parts donors, while accelerating the total domestic production of commercial aircraft. However, the economic impact of the war makes this challenging, causing continuous delays in the delivery of the MC-21-310 and SJ-100 aircraft. The Russian Aerospace Forces strategic transport aircraft only consist of the An-124 and the An-22, as the Il-76, with a payload capacity of less than 132,000 pounds, doesn't qualify as a strategic transport aircraft. Ironically, the An-124 and An-22 were products of the Antonov Design Bureau located in Ukraine during the Soviet era. After Russia annexed Crimea in 2014, relations between Russia and Ukraine collapsed, leading Ukraine to seize all military exports to Russia, including marine gas turbines, large aviation engines, and parts and maintenance services for the An-124 and An-22. The An-22, designed by the Antonov Design Bureau in the 1960s, was intended to meet the Soviet need for transporting large equipment, particularly the new T-54 tanks, along with their equipment and personnel. As the Soviet Union's first actual wide-body aircraft, the An-22's development was rapid, making its first flight in February 1965 in Kyiv, and entering service with the Soviet Air Force in 1969. Production ceased in 1975 with a total of 68 units produced. The An-22 features a high-wing design and an H-shaped tail, powered by 4 Kuznetsov NK-12MA turboprop engines, each driving 4-blade contra-rotating propellers. The An-22's maximum payload capacity is about 176,000 pounds, capable of transporting oversized cargo. Its cargo hold is 108 feet long, with a volume of 22,560 cubic feet, suitable for transporting missiles, heavy tanks, and other military equipment. Fully loaded, it has a range of approximately 3,100 miles and a maximum flight altitude of around 29,200 feet. The An-22 and the Tu-95 bomber use the Kuznetsov NK-12MA turboprop engines, known for their powerful thrust and significant noise. The Russian Aerospace Forces has retained the old An-22 transport aircraft due to its more significant cargo hold than the Il-76, allowing it to carry oversized loads. However, the main cargo hold is not pressurized, with only the forward cabin accommodating up to 29 personnel being pressurized. The cargo ramp at the tail facilitates the loading and unloading of large cargo and vehicles, with an onboard crane to move goods inside the cargo hold. Additionally, it is equipped with airdrop equipment for deploying cargo and personnel during flight. As the transport fleet ages, Russia has attempted to resume production of the An-124. Still, it has repeatedly failed due to the lack of suitable engines. With the An-124 fleet dwindling, Russia has had to continue using the An-22, extending the service life of this old turboprop transport aircraft. Entering the 21st century, Russia has fewer than 30 An-22s remaining, with only 9 operational, and the number is likely even lower now. With the prolonged Russo-Ukrainian war, the Russian military's demand for heavy airlift capability has increased. The Il-76's capacity is insufficient, prompting Russia to attempt resuming An-124 production. However, this has been hindered by the lack of suitable engines. The An-124, developed by the Soviet Antonov Design Bureau, is a significant strategic transport aircraft comparable to the US C-5 Galaxy transport aircraft. It has a maximum takeoff weight of 880,000 pounds, a standard payload of 264,000 pounds, and a maximum payload of 330,000 pounds. Its cargo hold is 118 feet long, 21 feet wide, 14 feet high, and has a volume of 41,000 cubic feet. Globally, only the C-5 Galaxy can match it. While the C-5 Galaxy is used exclusively for military purposes, The An-124 has also been sold to civilian airlines for oversized and overweight equipment, making it the most significant transport aircraft available for civilian use. The An-124's impressive carrying capacity is thanks to its 4 D-18T high-bypass turbofan engines, each providing 50,600 pounds of thrust, produced by Ukraine's Motor Sich. Motor Sich is also the only company capable of overhauling these engines. However, in May 2022, Russian forces bombed Motor Sich's production facilities, further cutting off the supply of these large engines. Russia possesses around 36 An-124 transport aircraft, with 20 belonging to the Russian Aerospace Forces and 16 owned by civilian airlines. Despite plans to resume An-124 production as early as 2018, the lack of aviation engines has stalled progress. The Russian aviation industry plans to replace the D-18T with the PD-35 high-bypass engine. This engine's design performance exceeds that of the D-18T, with a thrust of 77,200 pounds. However, this target cannot be achieved during actual development, and the thrust was reduced to 57,300 pounds. Even so, it is unlikely to be mass-produced before 2030. This makes the resumption of An-124 production seem increasingly distant. Currently, Russia relies on the relatively newer Il-76 to support its transport fleet, while at the same time, other aircraft from the Soviet era are outdated and in desperate need of replacement. Well, that's all for this episode. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if you have enjoyed it. See you in the next episode.